Everyone's heard it. Alcohol kills your brain cells. Sounds scary, right? Imagine your brain like a party, and every drink is a bouncer kicking cells out. But is that really what happens? Let's test this myth once and for all. Because if it's true, we're in big trouble. If every drink kills brain cells, how do so many people still function? It's time to separate fact from fiction. So does alcohol really kill brain cells? The myth goes back more than 100 years. Early doctors saw alcohol making people clumsy and forgetful. So they assumed it must be killing brain cells. The media loved the idea. It was catchy, simple, scary. And like most myths, it spread everywhere. Teachers repeated it in schools. Movies made it worse. And everyone grew up believing it. But the truth is more complicated. Here's what alcohol really does inside your brain. First, it slows down communication between neurons. That's why your thinking gets fuzzy. Your speech slurs. Your balance wobbles. And your memory, not so reliable. That's why people forget what happened last night. But none of this means brain cells are dying. They're just working a little drunk themselves. So the problem isn't death. It's disruption. Scientists look closely at the brain under alcohol, and they found neurons don't just vanish after a drink. Alcohol doesn't kill brain cells like bullets in a war. Instead, it messes with how they talk to each other. It's like switching your brain to slow internet mode. That's why you feel slow, clumsy, forgetful. But killing cells? That's not what's happening. The real danger is repeated heavy drinking. Over time, that can shrink brain tissue. Not because cells are dead, but because connections weaken. Heavy drinking over years changes your brain. It reduces gray matter, the stuff that handles thinking. That means worse memory and slower reactions. It can damage the hippocampus, the memory center, and it raises the risk of dementia. Plus, alcohol can be addictive. Addiction rewires your brain's reward system. So instead of killing cells, alcohol traps the brain in a cycle. That's why quitting is so hard. But even then, your brain cells are still alive. So does alcohol kill brain cells? The answer is no. Your neurons don't just drop dead after a beer. But alcohol does mess with how they work. Too much, too often, and the brain starts to change. Connections weaken, thinking slows, risks grow. So it's not about death. It's about damage. The myth made it scarier than the truth. But the truth is still serious. So no, alcohol doesn't kill brain cells, but it sure knows how to mess with them.